My name is Dr. Peter Trickard. I want to congratulate you on taking the initiative to educate yourself on what's going on with your health. I hope to inspire you to take control. America is the most advanced country in the world, yet in 1960 we ranked 12th in infant mortality among all nations, and in 2005 we ranked 30th. Public health officials have long insisted that vaccines are the best way to protect the public health. As a result, the number of doses of vaccines included in childhood vaccination schedules has tripled over the past 30 years, from 23 doses of 7 different vaccines in 1980 to 69 doses of 16 different vaccines in 2010. However, alongside the rise in administrative vaccines, we also seen significant rise in children with chronic disease and disabilities. For whatever reason, our kids are getting sicker. Infant mortality has also risen. In 1960, America ranked 12th in infant mortality among all nations, and by 2005, we ranked 30th. Furthermore, full-term babies die before their first babies in the US more than most European countries, and the US gives its infants more vaccines than any other country in the world. I would invite you to visit the website of www.nvic.org. Illness do not come upon us out of the blue. They are developed from small daily sins against nature, and when enough sins have accumulated, illness will suddenly appear. Wellness depends on the body's ability to adapt. Your body is exposed to thousands of chemicals daily. That same body monitors and balances itself every second while you read a book, sleep, run a race, or attend an allergy seminar. Wellness requires the seamless integration between 3 main systems. Your innate regulates and controls everything, and the 3 systems is the mind, the structure of your body, and your digestive system. In the beginning, it is your innate intelligence or consciousness which assembles all of the subatomical parts into cells, glue them together into tissues, organs, and systems, teach them how to perform their task, and allows them to communicate with each other through the nervous system. True health or adaptation can only emerge when your innate intelligence can communicate without any interference. All matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force. We must assume behind this force the existence of a conscious and intelligent mind. This mind is the matrix of all matter. The molecules which makes up the body are intelligent. They react, respond, and adapt to environmental and mental stimuli. What we continually give to your body with your beliefs or strong feelings you receive in your body. Every feeling you have saturates every cell and organ in your entire body. What you are thinking, feeling, and believing is changing the genetic expression and the chemical composition of your body on a moment-to-moment basis. Over 1,400 chemical reactions and over 30 hormones and neurotransmitters shift in response to stressful stimuli. Be yourself, no matter who is watching. Second is structure. The body is an amazingly complex biological phenomenon. A single cell divides into trillions of cells, and through communal intelligence, these dividing cells differentiates into tissues, organs, and systems for the express purpose of movement. Through movement we create, communicate, and participate in life's events. The nervous system is the body's window to the world. It perceives the environment and coordinates the behavior of all the other cells in your vast cellular community. The dialogue within this community of cells is coordinated by the brain and the nervous system. Any interference, mental, chemical, or physical, can lead to a disruption of the symphony of life. The path of wellness begins with the smallest genes, which signals the brain, which interprets the signals, and respond with impulses traveling throughout the body. All of the signals going to and from your brain travel through the spinal cord, enters and exit between movable spinal vertebrae. When a vertebrae becomes misaligned, it interferes with the transmission of this life-giving information. The chiropractic adjustment removes the interference, thereby allowing the body to heal and express its full potential from within. The spine is the major weight-bearing structure of the body. 2/3 of the body's total weight hangs or rests on the spine. Dr. Roger Sperry, a Nobel Prize winner, has demonstrated that 90% of the energy which the body produces goes towards maintaining a balanced posture. The remaining 10% is reserved for maintenance. It takes 32 muscles just to maintain a balanced posture. In the Journal of the American Medical Association, 1997, Freeman reports that shifts in the body's center of gravity caused by postural deviation can lead to intestinal diverticulitis, hemorrhoids, leg varicosities, osteoporosis, hip and foot deformities, overall poor health and quality of life, and a shortened lifespan. Now let's take a look at the digestive system. The intestine is an extremely complex living system that participates in the protection of the host through a strong defense from aggression from the external environment. The defense task is based on 3 constituents that are in permanent contact and dialogue with each other: the microflora, mucosal barrier, and your local immune system. The bacteria in the stomach and the intestinal tract helps to digest food, enable the absorption of vitamins, and forms a protective barrier against undesirable invaders. In fact, 70% of the immune system is in the gut lining. So when the nutrition crosses the barrier, it circulates through all the different organs, which adds the enzymes, hormones, and so forth, and eventually it gets deposited in the matrix. Now the matrix is where we live, because the cells float into the matrix, and that's where they get their nutrition from. Now when the intestinal barrier is compromised, undigested food particles enter the bloodstream, creating an immune response. When a foreign invader enters the matrix, whether it's ingested, inhaled, touched, or injected, there is a clash between the energy field of the allergen and the energy field of the body. This sets off a chain reaction throughout the body by releasing antihistamines, antibiotics, which fight to block these foreign invaders. Research at the NASA University Medical Center has shown that when an allergen enters the body, the immune system reacts as if it were a bacteria. The immune system in turn notifies the brain, which then causes the secretion of certain hormones in response. Inflammation is your body's natural, helpful response to challenges like infections, injuries. But the problem arises when inflammation is not related to an isolated health challenge. Once these foreign invaders enter the body, They are more destructive than a bull in a china shop. They can travel everywhere and light the fires of inflammation all along the way. More than 2 million people in the US develop infections every year that are resistant to antibiotics. 23,000 of them die as a result. 250,000 people annually develop a bacterial infection, the Clostridium difficile. 14,000 of those cases prove fatal. Chronic inflammation goes far beyond the simple healing of a wound or a broken bone, and instead manifests itself as conditions like arthritis, migraines, and so forth. Chronic inflammation can be caused by things like environmental toxins and medications, both prescription and over-the-counter. We are each of us a collection of dynamic electrical circuits. In the living matrix of our complex bodies, trillions of cells constantly transmit and receive energy in the course of their programmed biochemical reactions. Think of them as microscopic electrical machines. The movement of nutrients and water into the cells is regulated by electrical fields, and each type of cell has a frequency range in which it operates. Your heart, brain, nervous system, muscles, and immune systems are prime examples of electrical subsystems operating within your bioelectrical body. The fact is, all of your movements, behaviors, and actions are energized by electricity. Whenever energy blockage occurs, health problems result. Symptoms vary depending on the meridian along which the energy blockage occurs. For instance, the lung and large intestine meridian gives us asthma, chills, sinus, constipation, diarrhea, etc. And so it goes down all along the way. Everything is energy. All there is in the universe is energy, vibrating at different frequencies. Sight is seeing color vibrations. Hearing is hearing sound vibrations. Touch is feeling physical vibrations, and so on. We only experience our world through energy and the transmission of vibration. Albert Einstein. Humankind is subject to a host of illnesses that are a direct result of repeated exposure to elements within the environment. To be certain, toxic chemical vibrations, insect spray vibrations, and industrial waste vibrations can have a severe effect on public health, such as eczema, diabetes, MS, and so forth. More than 50 million Americans suffer from allergies, and more than 100 million Americans experience allergy-like symptoms. Allergies are an overreaction of the body's immune system to such normal substances as dust, mold, pollen, animals, and even foods. These substances only affect those persons who are overly sensitive to them. Allergies are the sixth leading cause of chronic disease in the US, costing the healthcare system over $18 billion annually. Allergy symptoms can reduce the quality and the enjoyment of your life, and some can even be life-threatening. Many diseases such as migraine, diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, and so forth can be caused by allergic responses. Now we know that popular over-the-counter medications has been found to cause all sorts of side effects. Okay? And there's a whole list of them here. And all other allergy medications have been found to produce similar or even worse severe side effects. All over the world, one thing is becoming very obvious. Despite 21st century modern medical technology and advances, there exists a universal crisis in healthcare. We are facing an environmental crisis as our conventional technology based on fossil fuels and mass production is affecting climate and loss of species. And at the same time, modern westernized medicine with its Cartesian view of body and mind as being separate is failing to meet the challenges of exploding cost and new diseases which do not respond to current conventional government-approved treatments. The new science of subtle energy, as used in alternative medicine, offers new methods and technologies and new ways of looking at the world and our connection to it. Energy is the new physics. This energy has a direct impact on our lives and our health and on our environment and offers a solution to this universal crisis. All living and non-living substances and the earth itself have a magnetic energy field around them. All substances on the surface of the earth are attracted to each other by each substance's own magnetic force. We are all products of the same universe, interrelated to each other. Animals in the wild are usually healthy partly because they're in contact with the Earth's energy field all the time. Humans are wearing shoes and are very seldom in contact with the Earth's energy field. The human immune system evolved over millions of years. During this great span of time, of course, we lived mostly in barefoot contact with the Earth. We were naturally earthed. Did the immune system and the nervous system and the other systems of the body stop functioning properly when we began wearing shoes with insulated soles and living inside houses that insulate us from the natural frequencies of the environment? You know, I recommend a book for you to read. It's called Earthing. It's a fascinating book, and make sure that you read that. The sole or plantar surface of the foot is richly covered with some 1,300 nerve endings per square inch. That's more than found on any other part of the body of comparable size. Why are so many nerve endings concentrated there? Is to keep us in touch with the earth. The foot is the vital link between the person and the earth. Mark Kinver reported for BBC News that lack of contact with nature may actually be the cause of increasing allergies. Beneficial bacteria also have an important role in the human immunity. Society's hyper-hygienic tendencies towards excessive cleanliness should also be taken in consideration. The father of pathology had this to say, that if I could live my life over again, I would devote it to proving that germs seek their natural habitat, disease tissue, rather than being the cause of disease tissue. Mosquitoes seek the stagnant water, but do not cause the pool to become stagnant. Chronic health challenges are symptoms, and they are just the tip of the iceberg. Okay? True wellness is only achieved by removing the underlying cause of your health challenge. So how do we treat all these conditions? There are two options. You treat the symptoms with medicine. That's the Newtonian linear process. Or we balance the terrain. The biology of wholeness is the study of the body as an integrated, coordinated, successful system. No part or properties are uncorrelated. All are demonstrably interlinked, and the links are no single chains, but a great number of crossroad pathways. So we want to welcome you to the Nano SRT Galvanic Skin Response Technology. It's an FDA-Cleared Biofeedback system, and it is the road to wellness. The system is based upon bioelectrical frequency medicine principles, which states that all substances, living or otherwise, possesses a unique, measurable energy frequency. The Nano SRT system has been developed to store the digitized frequencies of food, pollen, plants, chemicals, animals, even fears and more. There are over 50,000 frequencies in the system. The test consists of transporting these frequencies into the body and measuring the body's response to these frequencies. The body's response towards each frequency that fall outside of established parameters indicates that the substance may be creating undue stress and possibly contributing towards health issues. The treatment consists of by manipulating and balancing the abnormal vibratory circuits with the use of a cold laser light to various meridian points. The systems are able to directly influence the body's defense and repair mechanism. Allergy reactions can be triggered by specific frequencies, while other frequencies can halt the reactions. The pattern of allergy response is the same whether the trigger is chemical, environmental, nutritional, or electrical. Chronic stress is quickly becoming known as the real silent killer in America. This makes it imperative to deal effectively with stress issues before they become a factor for illness or disease. Researchers have found that cells are in communication all the time. The DNA molecule, for example, radiates and absorbs in a millimeter wave band. Now it's been proven that a sick cell radiates something, and when a healthy cell receives this radiation, it too becomes sick. The opposite also occurs. Sick cells can be brought back to health with radiation from healthy cells. Can this explain energy healing, source, strength, and intention of the energy being radiated? The brain is able to interpret the specific substance that caused the spike on the body's stress level and reassociate it with the calming sensation generated by the light therapy. In other words, it's balancing the terrain. By transferring these abnormal frequencies back into the body, the Nano SRT therapy recalibrates the body's response to these abnormal frequencies so that future exposure to these allergens no longer produces an allergic reaction. It's providing amazing results. I want to thank you for listening to this presentation. And if you want additional information, please call the number listed here and then make an appointment, and we can provide you with a free 100-point system inspection. Thank you so much and have a good day.